Wasted World of Sports crew, ahoy and welcome back. Friday night footy continues. It's hard to believe that we just sat through what we sat through and there's still more to go. You expect that to be the end. All done for the night. But no, we have got some more glorious rugby league action coming in as the Storm take on the Bulldogs. All right, let's. Oh, Papenhuyzen. Okay. This is huge. This is now massive. Melbourne have pulled a Swifty. They've made a late change. Ryan Papenhuyzen is off the bench into the starting lineup at fullback. Cameron Munster goes back to 5'8". Jonah Pezet to the bench. There's the late shift from the Melbourne Storm, pulling the Swifty, a Craig Bellamy fast one. Well, that changes my thoughts on the multi, but still, unbelievable. Storm Bulldogs coming up. I'm still trying to recover from that last game. Golden point, length of the field finish. Ryan Papenhuyzen, a late inclusion. This one should be feisty, says Flexa. Yes, let's bring on a feisty matchup. I love it. Cameron Munster back into the halves where we're used to seeing him. Ted says 6 all halftime, 6-10 full time. Looking at another low-scoring affair, huh? We'll touch base with Gamer Mel a few times throughout the course of this. Make sure she's doing okay. As the second game gets underway, the Bulldogs flirting with the sideline there from the kickoff. And Otikamanu gets the first hit up. It wasn't a very deep kickoff there from the Bulldogs. Deep. John Michael, looking forward to one day listening in from Dubai. Oh, are you off to Dubai, are you? Very nice. Oh, big run again there from Otikamanu, bumping off one. And he's taken down by Stephen Crichton. King James, thank you very much for the donut over there on TikTok. Thanks for the commentary. Best commentary on TikTok. Cheers, King James, and thanks for the donut. I really fancy a donut right about now, too. That'd be nice. Montoya takes the high ball, and the Bulldogs in possession. Scrappy play the ball. There was nobody at dummy half. Lockie Galvin gets in there late. Playing the ball to nobody again because there's a bust up in back play. Back-to-back play the balls. The Bulldogs have no dummy half. What's going on? Concentrate, boys. Concentrate. Tackle 3 now, short of halfway. Max King, goes out the back for Galvin. Galvin runs up over halfway. 2 tackles left here for the Dogs. Burton puts this ball high, looking for the corner. Contestable kick, but it's well taken by Anderson's carpets at the back. Mookie, ahoy, mate. And it's the Melbourne Storm back in possession. Papenhuyzen, a late inclusion into the team. Crunched in that tackle. Short side, they go for Coates to rumble it up outside the 30. Ellie's Adventure Vlogs, ahoy there. Go Storms. Is up to halfway. Harry Grant had a little dart there, 5th and last. Wishart gets the kick away. And it's taken to the back by Connor Tracy. Tracy winds up here for the Bulldogs. Anthony Naud says, could see a Burton bomb for the Wallabies. Hey, I'll tell you what, we talk a lot about rugby league players that we'd like to see over in rugby union playing for the Wallabies. Matt Burton, I'm sure, would be a very, very high target on that list. Mr. Ed's dead. Ahoy, mate. As the Bulldogs in the grind now, bringing it outside their 30. Kick out. Nice, strong carry. Ellie's Adventure Vlog says, Dragons suck this year. Well, they certainly sucked last night. I mean, they were depressing last night. Matty Colkin, ahoy, mate. The Dragons were so depressing last night as this high ball down to Anderson. Kickow's got him in his sights. Anderson does well to take it with those gigantic footsteps tracking down on him. So, yeah, it was... I can't remember what I was saying now. But anyway, doesn't matter. Eli Katoa plays it just outside their own 40 here, the Storm. Up towards halfway. 2 tackles left. Wishart surrenders on the 5th and last. Into midfield for Munster, who puts this one high. It's going to land a metre out from the Bulldogs line. Tracy takes it on the full. And brings it back to the 20-metre line. But yeah, oh, that's right. I was talking about the Dragons. Yeah. Yeah, the Dragons got a lot of injury concerns at the moment, but I still rate them pretty highly. I think they'll be a team to watch. They'll be a cheeky team to watch next season, I reckon, if they're at full strength. Galvin goes down the short side, but we've got a call of a forward pass. Melbourne Storm have got a 12-kilometre-per-hour breeze at their backs here in the first half. And an opportunity here for the Melbourne Storm early. The scrum will go down 35 metres out from the Bulldogs line. Jeff Brooker, you need Coates to score 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, I need Coates for 1 as Munster goes out the back for Wishart. Papenhuyzen can't get on the outside of Sherry with a great legs tackle. Munster in midfield. Warmed by the Bulldogs' defence. 40 metres out in midfield. Grant sends it left for Liero. Shuffles it on down the line for Utiki Manu. Munster, inside ball for King. Josh King, that is. Josh King for the Storm. Max King for the Bulldogs. Munster, short ball for Utiki Manu. Back to Munster. Gives it to Papenhuyzen, who dummies. He's tackled on the 5th and last now. 20 metres out, 10 in from touch on that left edge. Wishart dinks it in over the top, looking for Coates, and it's taken there by the Bulldogs, but Kiraz, close to the sideline, flings it back in field. But the flag's already in the air. They've taken Kiraz over the sideline, and that's a result for the Melbourne Storm. Coates doesn't even compete in the air. That's why they were backing themselves to make that tackle. King plays it 10 metres out here in midfield. Utiki Manu on the crash ball. We'll play it here a metre short. Munster. Cut out pass for Katoa. Wishart onto Meany, who spills it. A mistake 10 metres out from the line. Aggressive defence from the Bulldogs up in their faces, forcing the mistake. I'll catch you later, John Michael. Enjoy your sleep. Bella G, ahoy there. Yay. Payowen's playing. Oh, yeah, good old Payowen. I know him. Crichton dummies and goes straight through. Clean line break. Stephen Crichton, no support. Fends off Papenhuyzen. Taken down just short of halfway. Bulldogs with the first clean line break of the match. 40 metres out now in midfield. Slow play the ball. That'll be 6 more. Set restart. It's the Bulldogs. Burton steps off the left. 35 metres out here on the attack. Full set of 6. Kick out. Straight. Good carry. 20 metres out. Burton at first receiver. On to Preston. Oh, Salmon M. Sorry, it was Damon Salmon. Halfway through the set. 10 metres out. Short side they go for Galvin. Nice short ball. Well read by the Storm defence. It spills out the back. Salmon M picks it up. Back in field for Hughes. And Sam Hughes dummies. Stands in the tackle. A metre out here. Play 4. They stay right. Hayward back inside for Tracy. 5th and last now. Hayward fires it out to Burton. Burton in front of the post. They're going to run here. Galvin now puts the grubber kick through. Looking for Montoya. But Papenhuyzen carries it over the dead ball line. Goal line dropout incoming. 8.5 minutes gone. No score. We could be in for another one of those games. Goal line dropout here. Papenhuyzen goes short. Doesn't make the 10. And he puts it out on the full, as a matter of fact. Out on the full from the restart. Play the ball here for the Bulldogs. 10 out from the line on the attack. Salmon onto King in midfield. 10 minutes gone, no score. This is the best chance yet for either side. Burton inside to Sherry. Sherry angles back towards the posts. 5 metres out, just to the left of the uprights. Hayward. Back to the right edge they go. Salmon, dummies. Beats the first tackle. 5 metres out from the line. Steph Walsh says, shout out from Ireland. Cheers, Ireland. A big drinking nation. Ireland, I'd fit in well over there. Hayward goes from dummy half. Runs out of options. Comes back to this left side. And Max King now straightens the attack. 5th and last. They seem to have no idea there, the Bulldogs. As Galvin puts the crossfield kick in, it's not close enough to the line to be a threat. But Kiraz takes it. Back for Stephen Crichton. Gets the second kick in. And Papenhuyzen shadows it over the dead ball line. 7 tackle set. And they just got that horribly wrong, did the Bulldogs. There was no threat in attack there whatsoever. 11 minutes gone in this one. No score. Anderson up to the 40 for the Storm. They've got a 7 tackle set, though. Winding up and charging into them there. Marion Seve, as we see a shot of Jerome Hughes. A set restart now for the Storm. Here they come. Penalty for inside the 10. They've gone straight to the penalty. Formula One's back next weekend, Matty Corkin. The return of Formula One. Yes, the Battle of the McLaren about to recommence. Looking forward to it. But yes, a close-up there of Jerome Hughes, still out injured. He should be back for finals time. That's what they're sincerely hoping. I still think the Melbourne Storm are favourites for the premiership, regardless of Jerome Hughes' availability. But they become even heavier favourites in my mind if he is back. 20 metres out here, the Storm on the attack. They go. Munster to Wishart. Set restart. Papenhuyzen takes the line on and he's brought down by Burton. just inside the red zone here of the Bulldogs. Wishart heads across field, and he's got Liero straightening. Big leg drive from Liero. Held in the tackle, 10 metres out. Right they go. Munster to Katoa. Taps it on for Anderson. Anderson steps back in field. And he plays it 5 metres out. Papenhuyzen at first receiver. They're only halfway through the set here, the Storm. Munster dancing around in midfield. And we've got a big issue here. Big issue. As Matt Burton is down in back play. Oh, this is massive for the Bulldogs. Matty Burton is down in back play. Oh, that's nasty. Matt Burton's got a leg issue here. He's up and about, trying to walk it off. He's back on his feet and heading back to position. Oh, that looked like a particularly nasty one. Utikamanu dummies inside for Papenhuyzen. Goes on his own. Just to the right of the post here, the Storm. 5 out. Wishart to Munster. Halfway through the set. Munster again. On to Liero. Wishart through the hands. They go right. Papenhuyzen steps in field. And he's taken down 12 metres out. Harry Grant, confused about which way to go, heads back in field for Munster on the crash ball. Probably not the option that they were thinking of there, the Storm. 5th and last for Wishart. Kicking for Coates. Coates trying to get on the inside of Montoya. Montoya does well, or it's Kiraz, sorry, over there. I'm giving over all the credit in the world to Marcelo Montoya, but it's Kiraz over there on that side of the field. And the Bulldogs survived that early tester. Xavier Coates. They've tried to inject him into play early. And Kiraz gets the better of him. It's all right, TI 23. Burton's okay. He's back up and he's in position. Early kick here from the Bulldogs as Bailey Hayward slips on the kick chase. And that almost opens up Xavier Coates. The Storm back in possession. So 13 minutes down, no score. And it looks like we've got another tight, low-scoring tussle on our hands here. Both teams completing at 5 from 6 sets. Meaney carries it into the Bulldogs' territory. Munster now puts an early kick through. It sets up for Joe Chan. But diving back on it is Jacob Kiraz. Nice vision by Cameron Munster. But just can't get that one to work out. Freon, shout out. Ahoy, mate. Welcome back. Emmanuel Vinson, ahoy, mate. You couldn't stop watching the final play from that last game. That's all right, buddy. Understandable. What a finish. That might have been game of the year so far as the Bulldogs go an early shift here. Cherry just can't get the ball free to Montoya. They'd almost broken out there from their own end. Just like we saw from the Raiders earlier, right? Short side for Burton. Only 9 metres off that set of 6. Burton lands it inside the 40-metre line, but it sits up for Coates. And Xavier Coates returns it just short of halfway. Great field position here for the Storm. Bruzzy boy, yes, Kiraz is on. And he's had a good start to the game. Wishart heads across field, breaks the line. He's got support from Katoa, draws in Connor Tracy, and Ellie Katoa with the first try. Storm are up 4-0, and that is also tick number 1 of my same game multi. Tyron Wishart opens them up. Beats the tackles. Beats 1, beats 2, gets into open space. The Storm had 3-on-1 here against Connor Tracy. He was on a hiding to nothing. He still does well to get back there, Connor Tracy, and make an effort. But Wishart See, this is what I'm saying. They don't need Jerome Hughes. Wishart coming into his own. 4 points to nil. Katoa gets our first tick off the multi, and the home crowd absolutely loves it. It's always good when there's an early tick. Now, Sportsbet were very, very generous in that last game, by the way. Sportsbet were very, very generous, and they voided the Xavier Savage leg. Very generous. John Deans. Ahoy there, John. A hearty shout out from New Zealand. What a game this will be, just like the last. Sammy Salsa says, Storm never let me down. Blowout Storm. Nick Meaney moves in for the conversion attempt, and he puts it right down the middle. 5 in from touch on this right-hand side. Down the middle it goes. 6 points to nil. The Melbourne Storm lead. Quick break. I'll be right back. I need to grab myself some more mixer. All right. I had to get some more mixer for my Captain Morgans here. 6 points to nil. The Melbourne Storm lead. 18 minutes into this one. In Melbourne, 5 tackles gone, just outside their own 40. Munster down the short side. Oh, massive kick. Connor Tracy, though, under no kick chase pressure, but it was just a monster of a kick. High in the air. And the Bulldogs looking to get back into this one. So, Eli Katoa gave us a nice early tickety-tick off the same game multi. Thanks for that, Eli Katoa. I still need... As Burton with the short ball to kick out. Offloads back for Tracy. Tracy gets away from Meaney. Back inside for Sherry. Sherry taken down on the Bulldogs' own 40-meter line. So I still need Xavier Coates, Marcelo Montoya, and Nick Meaney or Viliami Kickout. Fifth and last for Galvin on halfway. Coates loses it behind him, collects it on the bounce. It's called a knock-on first against the Bulldogs. Double knock-on. First one, Bulldogs, is Kiraz. Actually did win the battle in the air. So Kiraz is having it all his own way at the moment over Xavier Coates, which you don't see very often. So Coates has taken it personally, and he breaks them open up the middle of the field. Support from Anderson. That's play one, just inside the Bulldogs' territory. Front foot ball now for the Storm. Wishart powers through. 25 out on play two. King heads across field, carries it into the red zone. Halfway through this set now. Liero at first receiver to Wishart. Dummies. Gets through kick out, but he's taken down by... Samuel Hughes there, 10 out from the line. Short side, Papenhuyzen. There was space back on the inside, but he had no runners with him. And that'll be the handover. Bulldogs will have it. 10 out from their own line. Emmanuel Vinson, you support the Waz, but if they don't win this year, I would prefer Raiders or Dogs to win over Panthers any day. Yeah, oh, it's translucent. My Captain Morgan's bottle is being detected as a green screen. Weird. Fifth and last now for the Bulldogs inside their own 40. Galvin thumps it up the middle of the park. And it sits up for Papenhuyzen at the back. Papenhuyzen, of course, a late inclusion, which moved Munster back into the halves. Storm up 6 points to 0. Quarter of the way through this contest. Low play the ball. And they've actually lost it in the play of the ball. Lutiki Manu, or Marian Seve, it is. Marian Seve, who's got up still wearing his eye protector. Although he's taken it off now, probably to wipe some sweat out from it. A mistake here for the Storm, just inviting the Bulldogs in. Maxi King. John Dean says, finish it and grab another. Oh, okay. I suppose I don't have that much left. Pour myself another. As the Bulldogs go on the attack, Harry Hayes is on the field. 30 metres out. Crichton with the inside ball for Tracy. Tracy heading across field. Offloads. Intercepted by Katoa. Eli Katoa read that one perfectly. Knew the offload was coming. And he got himself perfectly placed. The no-look offload for Connor Tracy straight into the hands of Eli Katoa, who's having a blinder, by the way. An absolute blinder. Oh, John Deans, you know, we've actually approached a few brands about potential sponsorship, but of course the risk is they don't want to be seen as supporting irresponsible drinking habits, you know, which I understand. Fifth and last here, Munster puts the kick up. Tracy backing up, loses it, and the Montoya's in an offside position here. It'll be a penalty to the Storm. Connor Tracy got that one all wrong. Well, I don't think they've called penalty. Either way, it's going to be the Storm ball. It was knocked on by Connor Tracy. Montoya picks it up, I would have thought, from an offside position. So I don't quite understand how that's not a penalty, but anyway, they get the ball back either way. Melbourne, tap and go. 10 metres out from the line. Sending it over into midfield for Old McDonald. 6 more for the Storm. Grant takes a couple of steps. Goes out to Munster. Munster to Wishart. Wishart breaks through, but can't offload. Half a metre out. Wishart's having a blinder. It's great to see all these young halves that we've got coming through, right? As Papenhuyzen now on to Coates in open space. Coates doesn't take on the outside. He angles back in. Papenhuyzen, dummies. Held up a metre out. Munster at first receiver. To King. King gets all tangled up here with Old McDonald. Had to surrender in that tackle. Grant with the short ball here for McDonald. A metre out, fifth and last. Grant fires it out left for Munster, who slips. Still gets the ball away for Papenhuyzen, who goes straight through, slices them open, and Pappy scores. Welcome back, Ryan Papenhuyzen. Storm up 10 points to 0, damping their premiership favoritism here with this performance so far. John Deans says adults should be able to control themselves. It's the least we can do as humans. We encourage fun, not excess. Unfortunately, John Deans, we live in a society where they need to put warnings on soap and laundry powder and stuff and poisons that say, do not consume. Alas, Red Bull legitimately have to put disclaimers on all their advertising now. that says will not actually give you wings. Welcome to the society we live in. But I digress. Try for Ryan Papenhuyzen. Melbourne up 10 points to 0. Conversion to come. Melbourne Storm starting to click into gear at the right end of the season. They are looking good. They have been my premiership favourites since the end of the grand final last year. And you all know it, because I keep telling you every single week. I won't shut up about it a single day. And they are starting to look all the favourites now as Nick Meaney puts this conversion over and Melbourne are up 12 points to 0. Meaney converts the Papenhuyzen try. And it's one-way traffic at the moment for the poor old hapless Bulldogs who, I mean, the Bulldogs probably aren't playing that badly, but it's just Melbourne looking so strong. So strong. Naomi Tainton, ahoy there. Go Storm. Royal Banger. What a name. Royal Banger. Who got the first try? Ellie Katoa. Ellie Katoa got the first try. So there you go. Ellie Katoa, Ryan Papenhuyzen. That's your try scorers to start this one. And now, Scrappy play the ball this one, but referee says go back and play it properly. Happy to grant you this second opportunity. And back they go. One-way traffic at the moment in terms of the scoreboard anyway. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So, the Bulldogs, yeah, they're not exactly playing all that badly. It's just, yeah, Melbourne are fit and firing right now. Whereas the Bulldogs kind of hit the reset button a little bit, didn't they? When they brought Lockie Galvin in and said Sexton out, Galvin in. It kind of reset their attacking formations and everything somewhat. So I think that they'll still be competitive come finals time, the Bulldogs. But yeah, it was an interesting call to shake up your halves this late in the season like they did, or midway through the season like they did, especially when Sexton wasn't exactly playing badly or anything. So, but anyway, there's people getting paid big bucks that know a lot better than I do. As Burton takes the line on here for the Bulldogs, they look to hit back. Tupanua is on the field. This is his first carry, and it's a strong one. 20 meters out from the line. Burton down the short side, out the back for Kickow. Quick hands for Montoya. Grubbers back in field. Deflects off Papenhuyzen and into touch. Looking threatening down this left edge here, the Bulldogs. And that was much better play. Quick hands. Bella G. Did Dan say pizza? No. But now I want pizza. Thank you for that. Scrum down, 10 meters out, Bulldogs. As it went into touch off Papenhuyzen. Hayward, short ball to Tupanua. Half a meter out here, the Dogs in front of the posts. Hayward out to Galvin. Stephen Crichton now steps off the right, slips, offloads back to Galvin. 6 more for the Bulldogs. Galvin taken down inside the 10. This is their opportunity. Richard Traynor, ahoy, mate. Crichton, flat-footed, goes infield for Kurt Mann. Mann steps off the left and then the right. Now he heads across field, a long way across field. Looks to offload, and the ball's been whacked down by the Storm, and that'll be a knock-on. Bulldogs ball. Scrum down here for the Bulldogs. So, just to recap, because I didn't get time in between games, because that last one went to Golden Point. So I didn't get time between games to set up the graphics for my same game multi, but I can tell you that I have Ellie Katoa, pick, Xavier Coates, looking likely, Marcelo Montoya, Bulldogs are attacking left a lot, so looking likely Nick Meaney or Viliami Kikau. That's my 4 legs here. As the Bulldogs off the scrum carry it to the 10-metre line. Big open side here to the left. They're lined up. This will bring Montoya into play. Galvin, though, goes inside for Hayes. Harry Hayes heads back to the short side. Jill lined up here to the left. Galvin, when does he release it? Short ball for Tupanua. Does well to hold on to that in the face of the defence. Hayward now goes back the opposite edge. Galvin to Tracy. Tracy dummy steps back in field, but Seve's got him wrapped up. Marion Seve tackled 5 out. 2 left here in this set. Galvin to man. Here's Burton. Nick Meaney races up on Burton and shuts him down before he can get the pass away. Big defense. 5th and last for Galvin to kick. Looking for Stephen Crichton. The ball's batted back. Harry Grant comes away with it. And now Xavier Coates taken outside the 10. And the Bulldogs just out of ideas there a little bit, it seemed. Resorting to the traditional kick back across the face of the posts. Jimmy Kuiper, ahoy mate. Go Storms tomorrow. I will drink Black Label and go 600 ways PNG. Nice, man. Black Label what? There's Munster from inside the 40, puts the kick in over the top. Connor Tracy bobbles it on the full, but manages to hold on. Jeez, he would have looked silly there if he lost that one. Kiraz. Oh, Black John Wick. Ahoy there, mate. Thank you very much for the 12 roses on TikTok. Much appreciated. Ryan Spokes. Dogs not playing like a team in the top 4. No, not really. I mean, credit to the Melbourne Storm defense. But no, they're really not. Crichton to Burton as they shift left. Here's Bronson Sherry. Sherry takes it into the red zone. 5th and last. 20 out. Burton shifts it on to Galvin. Dinks it in over the top, looking for Stephen Crichton to compete. The ball's loose on the deck. Wishart bats it back. Eli Katoa scoops it up, and it's play on. They've let Katoa get back to his feet, and he runs it out to the 10-metre line. Very scrappy again there from the Bulldogs. The kick chase is just aimless at the moment. You need Stephen Crichton competing for that high ball. You need Kiraz competing for that high ball. Montoya. But the kicks are just a little too heavy at the moment from Galvin. And I'm not jumping on the Lockie Galvin hate bandwagon. I actually think the kid's got a bright future. I'm just saying that I would have stuck with Toby Sexton since he wasn't doing anything wrong, really. Yes, he had defensive issues. I understand that. But when you've got a player who is lacking on defense but can make up for... The attack was humming, is what I'm saying. And the attack might not necessarily have been humming based solely on the fact of Sexton at 7. But anyway, I digress. We've talked about it many times before on the show. Jerry plays it here, 30 metres out from their own line. The Bulldogs, 6 minutes left until the break. 12 points to 0. The Storm comfortably in the lead at the moment. Man in midfield, offloads back for Galvin. Second phase play. This is where teams can be dangerous. Kick out. Steps off the left. Bends the line. Kick out. Up to halfway. Still keeps it alive. Offloads back to Galvin. The double pump now. Creates some space. Hayes gets it out for Preston. Preston onto Stephen Crichton. And Kiraz in a little bit of open space. Ducks under one tackle. Fends away from another. Offloads back to nobody. But it bounces nicely for Tracy. It's still tackle 3. Preston steps into open space. But he's taken down 15 metres out as the Bulldogs go right down into the red zone. Galvin now heads across field. Nobody running with him. 5th and last. Burton waits down the short side. Hayward goes there. Burton, dummies. Back in field for Hayward. Galvin, huge cutout pass. Goes in behind everybody. Preston has to retreat for it. Now he gets the kick in Sits it in behind Papenhuyzen, who scoops it up on the goal line for an easy take. Wrong foot Stephen Crichton and brings it back to the 10. And that was all very scrappy once again from the Bulldogs. A poor pass from Galvin out the back brought the whole play undone. 4 minutes 30 to go till the break. 12-0. And just, yeah, they seem completely bereft of ideas when they're down in the red zone, the Bulldogs. The attack is certainly not humming along like it was. Munster here kicks on play 4 from inside the 40. It's looking good for a 40-20. Cameron Munster, take a bow. A little bit of magic from Cameron Munster. A 40-20 out of nowhere with 4 minutes left until a halftime break. Take a bow. The money man, Cameron Munster. Here they come, the Storm. Oh, this would be a back-breaking try if they get there. With 3 minutes to go until the halftime break, a full set of 6 now, 10 out from the line. Old McDonald plays it. Here's Karma Chameleon, spills it on tackle 1. Oh, Karma Chameleon. You come and go. Well, you certainly went this time. And Bronson Cherry on the breakout. Battered down by the Storm. Burton collects it. And here come the Bulldogs again. End-to-end stuff. Tracy onto Galvin. And Stephen Crichton bobbles the ball. Gets it on the second attempt. Bulldogs 40 metres out from the Storm line now on play 1. Oh, what a big mistake there from the Melbourne Storm. Kamika drops it on play 1. Hayward from dummy half. Who's that he's got running with him? Harry Hayes off the hip. 20 metres out, right in front of the posts. Man, out the back to Galvin. Short ball for Kickow. Kickow gets it back for Burton. The offload game is strong tonight from Kickow. Kurt, man, just run it straight, mate. Bray, ahoy there, mate. Down the short side. Burton looks for the cutout pass. Anderson goes for the intercept, but spills it off the fingertips. 2.5 minutes to go, and the Bulldogs will get another shot here. They need to come up with points. Polly Bryan says, let's go, Lightning Storms. Or us. Ahoy there, mate. Reckon doggies will come back in the second half. Oh, I just want to see a good game, so I hope so. But boy, they look a little flat as Burton's down again, by the way. Matt Burton is down with the trainer for the second time in this opening half. Bray, I go for the Sharks, unfortunately. HKR, ahoy there, mate. Hashtag HKR, go the Storms. Matty Burton down, getting attention for the second time tonight. But they'll get a full set of 6 here, the Bulldogs. 2.5 minutes to go until halftime. Hayward goes left for Sherry. Bronson Cherry puts the goose step on. Taken down 10 metres out from the line here. Big open side to the right. Hayward sets it up in midfield, though, for Tupanua. Tackle 2, just to the left of the post. They go right again. Galvin back inside for Man. Man straightens the attack. 5 metres out. Play 3. 2 minutes to go till the halftime break. This will be huge for the Bulldogs. And a comeback. Forward pass. 2 out from the ruck. The pass from Galvin to Preston is called forward. Lockie Galvin can't believe it. Galvin at first receiver goes short to, and boy, oh boy, I tell you what, for that to be called a forward pass after that try we saw last night by Alex Johnston is a little bit rough. A little bit rough. I mean, I understand that they really, really want Alex Johnston to get the record this year because that's all they've been promoting in recent weeks. But boy, oh boy, that was a forward pass last night, wasn't it? For those who saw it. Melbourne back in possession. We'll look to just wind this one down now to the halftime break. 12 points to 0. They've been solid this half without being outstanding. But they've done all that they really needed to do. I mean, you'll find that will happen here. Teams will obviously keep a certain amount in the tank. Oh, penalty now as Cameron Munster's been taken out after the pass. Cameron Munster delivers the pass and Preston has cleaned him up. Richard Trainer says, then I'm very sorry, but I think he doesn't deserve it. Only because Katie did his record in half the games. Sure. Ahoy, mates. I don't do all the games, but we do some form of sport all weekend. Whether it be, like I'm doing the rugby championships this weekend, for example. So there'll possibly, because of that, there'll possibly be no NRL games tomorrow. As Harry Grant here kicks for touch, Connor Tracy runs it over the line, and that'll be half-time. 12 points to 0. Oh, boy, doesn't Craig Bellamy look impressed? Craig Bellamy is sitting there in the coach's box like this. Yeah, so we do NRL and rugby union every weekend. We also have branched out now into Formula One. Formula One's on season break at the moment, but it'll be back next weekend. And we've also branched out into professional wrestling. We will be doing a live watch-along of AEW's latest pay-per-view. Our time, it will be Monday morning at 3 a.m. So going to be up nice and early for that one. Rugby championships are happening also on Sunday morning. The Wallabies in the second test against the Springboks, and the All Blacks take on Argentina. Bray, is asking if I'm on Twitch. Waste of Water Sports goes live to YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Facebook. Yeah, we're everywhere, man. We're everywhere. So yes, we kind of we're starting to branch out now. Started with the Rugby World Cup, and now we've branched out into all kinds of other stuff. Yes, and there's even going to be some AFL happening when the AFL moves into finals. I won't be doing it because I don't follow AFL. But the AFL finals will be on with some select games. Well, 12 points to 0 here at the halftime break. The Melbourne Storm over the Bulldogs, and they look like they've got it well in control. But tell you what, that last game that we just saw, Panthers looked like they had the game well in control as well. Then it was that dropped ball. Honestly, it was that knock on by Isaiah Yeo that just started the rot. The momentum shifted, and they just never got it back, the Panthers. Hakari Mutu, ahoy, mates. Yes, indeed. All Blacks Argentina. We will be doing both rugby championship games this weekend. 100% we will. All right, halftime here. I've got to have a quick break, and I'll be right back here on the Waste of Water Sports. Thanks for being with us. Do feel free to like and subscribe, follow whichever social media platform you're joining us on here. If you're enjoying hanging out with me, we do this every weekend. So do feel free to like, follow, subscribe, whatever it may be. I've got to have a quick break, and I'll be right back after this. Play my music.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play. Plays the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy! jokes and tank pads last from the kickoff to the final whistle blow. We'll take the 2 and we're ready to go. We're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques. Just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise the low, from sideline jokes to post-match tales. All big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah!
All right, let's go. Halftime here, 12 points to 0. The Storm doing all they need to do at the moment against the Bulldogs, who are looking a little bit hapless, to be perfectly honest. They've not been bad per se, the Bulldogs, but I've just noticed whenever they get down into the red zone, they just don't seem to offer anything in attack. Tom Greer, ahoy there, mate. So angry after that Raiders game. Refs were shocking, but we lost it for ourselves. Yeah, there were some interesting calls throughout that game, but yeah, absolutely nothing we haven't seen all season long, is it? So, nothing we haven't seen all season long. What have I missed here in the chat room? Let me scroll up momentarily. Sammy Salsa says grand final, Storm versus Roosters. Roosters are finishing strong, aren't they? Roosters are a little bit of a smoky. Now, they've still got a lot of work to do, the Roosters, to get into the 8 and plant themselves into the 8. It's very congested down that bottom end of the top 8. So, Logie says Storm looking like they could possibly run right away with this. Yeah. Yeah, man, I tell you what, I'd be very concerned looking at that first half if I'm a Bulldog supporter. But like I said, here's the saving grace. The saving grace is the Panthers had that game against the Raiders firmly in control. It was a mistake by Yo and it was a mistake by Edwards that completely swung the game. Two players that you don't normally expect to come up with mistakes like that. Important times of the contest. So I'm still looking at Melbourne are still the favourites for mine, and they're just solidifying that position here tonight. John Deans, you're cooking a mean feed. Oh, nice. What have we got cooking? I love hearing about people's food. The only thing I love more about hearing about people's food in the chat room is when people try and troll me about said food. Black John Wick, you're cooking a fried air burger. Craig Howarth says the Bunnies are going to kick the Roosters' ass in a couple of weeks. AJ will score a hat-trick in that game. Yes, well, even if they give him the tries off blatantly forward passes, I think that record is going to fall this season. They've invested too much into it. They've invested way too much into all the hype around the record to let it drag on for another season. So, honestly, Alex Johnston should just stand in the try-line area and have them throw balls to him. Doesn't matter where on the field. Just toss the ball to him. I think he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. And I hate to say it, I really do, because you would hate to think that that's the way a record ultimately falls. From somebody who deserves it anyway and would naturally... It's going to get broken naturally next season. Should Alex Johnston play on for another year, it's naturally going to get broken. So, I mean, we don't really need to be handing him these gifts, do we? But anyway, I digress. John Dean's home kill mince and mushrooms and butter on toes. On toe? What the hell's going on over there? Clearly, misspell autocorrect obviously means toast. But then you never know these days, do you? James, ahoy there, mate. James ODX4A8. Ahoy and welcome along. Craig Howarth says they have signed him for at least another year, so there you go. The record's falling next year regardless. So I don't understand, like, that was such a... Well, actually, I understood it a little better when I saw who the touch judge was last night. I know. You can't say anything bad about the female referees. But Jesus Christ, she's horrible. Oops. Did I say that out loud? Rocky 11333. Last multi was shite. But fingers crossed for this one. Same here, Rocky 11333. So I got Eli Katoa nice and early, but then it all kind of fell apart, didn't it? So I still need for mine Xavier Coates, Marcelo Montoya, and one of either Nick Meaney or Viliami Kikau. That'll get me there. That'll get me there. So, yeah. Richard Trainer, you're having a bowl of 6 weed Bix. And I tell you what, I hope you're not joking. I hope that's not a misspell. I hope it really is weed Bix. Count me in for some of those. Some cheeky special wheat Bix. That'd be all right. Stephen Jetro, Storm's full support all the way from PNG. Here's PNG and, look, Xavier Coates to get across the line tonight. Fingers crossed. Jaden loves Zoe, Coates and Grant for the multi to hit. Fingers crossed. I said in the last game I was a little bit concerned about Harry Grant. I think he'll be well covered. So might not get across the line this game, but more than happy to be proven wrong. Grace says Weeks, Strange, Hughes, JMK, fine, with Tarpany and JFH leading the pack. Kiwis looking dangerous for pack championships. Yeah, Pacific Championships this year. You would think New Zealand would be pretty red hot favourites for that one. Teams coming out for the second half as we look over the Melbourne skyline. Oh, I'm going to see that in person for myself in early November. I am on my way early November coming to Melbourne. And actually, if you're in Melbourne, if you live in Melbourne, I'm going to organise some sort of hangout on the Friday night of the week that I'm there. So that would be Friday night, November 7th. Friday night, November 7th, I believe is the date. But there'll be more information about that on stream as the year goes on, as the month or two in between now and then goes on, once it's a little bit more solid. But yeah, we'll organise some sort of hangout, some sort of catch-up that you're welcome to come along to. Have a drink or 20. Teams out now for the second half. All right. Will this live up to the last game? Will it go to Golden Point? Storm looking pretty comfortable at the moment. In that first half, the Bulldogs created a lot of opportunities down in the red zone, but they started to look a little bit clueless once they were down there. Didn't really take full advantage of their opportunities. But only 2 converted tries in it. They're still well and truly in this contest. Could still go either way. Amelia Hale, ahoy there. Who am I going for? I tipped the Melbourne Storm to win this game. So I'm not really going for anybody per se, but yeah, I tipped the Storm to win. And it is the Storm with the kickoff, getting the second half underway. That's what it's asking me for. Bulldogs with first use of it. Now, if they're the first team to score here in the second half, the Doggies, it'll make things mighty interesting. Matty Burton's still out there, yes. User is viewing as Hayward goes short side for Galvin. On to Preston. Preston spins out of one tackle. He's taken down by Seve just outside their own 40 here, the Bulldogs. Man, out left to Burton. Kickow running off his hip, up over halfway. Big carry from Kickow. Fifth and last now for the Bulldogs. Galvin from midfield puts it high. Easy take at the back as Papenhuyzen plants himself under it. And the Storm have it. 15 out from their own line. Chris Olkomi Kongol. Dogs, it's your turn now. Watching from PNG. Island Love says, poor Dogs. They're still in it. They're still in it. There's still fight in the old dog yet. Short side, Grant for Wishart. Nice ball there for Meaney. Meaney taken on their own 40 here, the Storm. Fifth and last, Wishart gets the kick away, finds a little bit of open space, but moving forward to take it is Kiraz. And Kiraz will return it now. Fends off Seve. Steps inside Seve as he came back at him. And Kiraz is tackled just shy of the halfway line. Crichton up over halfway now. Backs into the defense. 40 meters out from the Storm line. Here they come, the Dogs. Galvin just shuffles it along here for Harry Hayes. And Double H, Harry Hayes, bent backwards in that tackle. Man at first receiver. Flat pass for Tupanua, who goes straight through. Got Galvin in support. Galvin taken by Papenhuyzen. 15 meters out. 2 tackles left. Front foot ball now for the Dogs. Man. To Burton out the left. Kick out now. Tries to put the fend on. Nick Meaney brings him down. Fifth and last. Big open side to the right. Burton. The kick is charged down, and it sets up for the Bulldogs. They've got 6 more. Well, here's their opportunity. 10 metres out. Set restart. Double H. Harry Hayes plays it. Tupanua on the inside ball. 5 out from the line. Midfield. 6 more. More pressure. Galvin. Inside for Preston. Preston taken down by 2 of the smallest blokes in the opposition defensive line. Another set restart. Oh, the Storm have got to be careful here. Hayward from dummy half fights his way to the line. He's run straight over the top of Papenhuyzen and plants it down. Bailey Hayward with the try. And the Bulldogs are on the board. What a start to the second half. For them, I mean, in general as well, but specifically for them. The Bulldogs with an important try. 12 points to 4. Kick to come from right beside the post. It was Papenhuyzen with the charge down. Deflected back into the hands of the Bulldogs. That's where the repeat set came from initially for the Doggies. As the try is confirmed. Oh, jeez. Try's confirmed, but I'm seeing the replay there, and I'm also seeing the grilled advertising on the goalposts. Of course, I'm noticing that. I didn't actually see the ball get to ground there, but anyway, try's been awarded, try's been confirmed. Bailey Hayward got nice and low here, took on Papenhuyzen. Well, I can't say as I'm convinced about that one, but it stands. And Stephen Crichton with a very simple conversion attempt here from right beside the post. Pops it over to make it 6 points for the Doggies. 12 points to Melbourne, but they are right back into this contest now. They've hung in, they've hung in. We saw this exact same thing happen in the last game, didn't we? The Raiders just hung in and hung in. The Panthers were all over them, but they just hung in and hung in and hung in. And that's exactly what the Bulldogs seem to be doing at the moment. Burton takes the kickoff. Hayes plays it. Tupanua carries outside the red zone. 12 points to 6. With still 34 minutes left in this contest. John Dean says bring back Sam Cassiano. Every fortnight here on the Waste of Water Sports, my dad joins me for a podcast style as, oh no, we'll come back to that conversation because in back play, absolutely busted. Kamakamika. Oh, and he's copped an accidental stray boot right to the face. And he might be off for a HIA here, the Karma Chameleon. A stray boot to the face. Oh, Harry Grant. Harry Grant is going on report here. A shoulder to the face. The Bulldogs are going to get a penalty. Oh, and he's going for 10. Harry Grant's going to have 10 in the bin. 10 in the sin bin here for Harry Grant. Shoulder to the face of Harry Hayes. Is this a turning point in the contest? And Karma Chameleon's also leaving the field. 10 in the bin for Harry Grant. Crazy. But anyway, what I was going to say was every fortnight, my dad, the old Panther, comes and joins me for a podcast-style show here on the Waste of Water Sports channel. And, we love talking about We love talking about the old school players and fantasy teams and things like that. So, yeah. Thank you very much for bringing up Sam Cassiano. Yeah, rugby league and sport in general through the generation with the old Panther and I. Wednesday nights, every fortnight, as Big Nas watches on from the bench. 35 out from the line now. The Bulldogs suddenly full of running. Man with the inside ball almost opens up for Double H, Harry Hayes. Quick play the ball and front football. Hayward already scored the one try. He's threatening again. Fifth and last for the Dogs. 10 metres out. Galvin out the back for Tracy. Quick hands from Crichton onto Kiraz. Kiraz with the in and away. Powers his way over the line. And Jacob Kiraz scores. Here come the Dogs. It's the last game all over again. We saw the Panthers all over the Raiders, but the Raiders just hung in, and got the better of the second half. The Storm were all over the Bulldogs in the first 40. But here come the Doggies. 12-10 kick to come. Kiraz in the corner. Nice slick hands there. Stephen Crichton taps it on. He still had a mountain of work to do here, Kiraz. Try in the corner. 12-10 kick to come. Here come the Dogs. Oh, wait, he's dropped it. Kiraz has dropped it over the line. Kiraz steps away from Munster. Powers through Papenhuyzen. Xavier Coates comes across, and he just can't get the ball to ground. He's muffed it. Kiraz was just one simple step away. And now the bunker's going to have a closer look. They've defended this, the Storm. Kiraz has dropped it over the line. Oh, the Bulldogs. So close, yet so far. Chairman M, ahoy, mate. Welcome back. Christine Barona, ahoy there. Coates taps and goes. Melbourne survive an almighty scare. Breaking news. The Karma Chameleon ruled out. Category 1 HIA. Our boy, the Karma Chameleon, done and dusted for the night. Trentley Aero now up to halfway. User is viewing, says, was that a fair sin bin? Absolutely, yeah. Clear contact, shoulder to the face. No intent to wrap. An absolutely fair sin binning there against Harry Grant. Blow play the ball here from Munster. Fifth and last, 40 out. Pezet puts the kick up. Tracy plants himself under it, brings it back out. Just short of the 20-metre line. Kiraz backs into the defence on the 20. Craig Bellamy not happy. What a surprise. Really not happy about the 10-metre. Stephen Crichton. Halfway through this set now for the Dogs. Man. Goes left for Burton. Steps. Almost opens them up. What a tackle there from Katoa. Hayward races to the marker area. Back inside for Tracy. Still there now for the Bulldogs. Galvin caught with the ball. Fifth and last. Just inside Storm's territory. 7 minutes left in the bin here for Harry Grant. Burton puts this one up. Contestable kick. Papenhuyzen backs off and lets it bounce. Montoya goes up for the second attempt. Papenhuyzen somehow claims it, but what a risk to back up and let that ball bounce from Papenhuyzen. It could have gone anywhere. The Bulldogs had all the front running. That could have set up for any one of them, and Papenhuyzen would have looked like a goof. Lucky to get away with that one, Pappy. Anyway, Melbourne Storm back in possession. 4 tackles through this set. They're still inside their own red zone. Now the 5th and last. Although the flick pass goes out the back for Wishart. Munster puts the step on Galvin. And Crichton comes across to wrap him up. 5th and last now. Just outside their own 30. Jeez, do they know it's the 5th and last? Somebody got in the way there, Liero, I think. And it's a shallow kick that's taken by Montoya. And the Bulldogs will start this set right on the halfway line. JC Smoke says, wait, so you're telling me if the Chameleon didn't knock himself out, Grant would still be on? Quite possibly, because it was that stoppage in play that allowed the bunker time to look at it as Matt Burton comes up with the dropped ball. Matt Burton drops the ball. He's frustrated with himself. Melbourne will get the ball back here. Matty Burton with a loose carry. The Bulldogs had all the momentum. It's just shifted a little bit there. Harry Grant still in the sin bin. But yes, that's interesting, JC Smoke. I didn't think of that. It was the stoppage in play that allowed the bunker time to actually look at it. Shem Brokenshire. Is that our mate Shem and M from TikTok? Shem and M Raiders are for sure a chance of winning the comp after that. Yeah, absolutely. Look, they made believers out of me today. I said we did a little preview on Wednesday night here on the YouTube, the old Panther and I. And I said, look, if the Raiders win this, we'll come back to that as Grant Anderson breaks down the right edge. Kicks in field, looking for Nick Meaney. Meaney takes it, gets free from the tackle, but the Bulldogs pull him down half a metre out. Front foot ball now for the Storm. Pezet with the kick pass out wide for Xavier Coates, unmarked. And Coates scores. Harry Grant still in the sin bin. Melbourne have broken out from their side of halfway. The kick pass for Xavier Coates, and it's another tick off the multi. We're halfway there. I also had Nick Meaney as well, so the kick through. Nick Meaney, half a metre short. That also would have been a tick for me. The kick pass, Pezet, they had a 72-on-1 overlap to the left. They could have just put it through the hands and scored eventually. But Jonah Pezet says, nope, we will go and do this straight away. And hit pinpoint accurate kick for Xavier Coates. 16-6 kick to come. Welcome to YouTube, Shabadam. It is, of course, our primary platform. This is where we started. And it's usually where all the action is. Oh, what a kick there from Jonah Pezet. Melbourne, a man down, and they still managed to have numbers at the wazoo. A big overlap that's been taken advantage of. That could have gone awry. It was a risky play. Nick Meaney moves in. It starts out to the right, but it's angling back in. He bends it like Beckham, and it goes down the middle. 18 points to 6. Shaman M says, yeah, I think I might just join here from now on. TikTok is not great. You get to put more on the screen here on YouTube. And it's a more active community. But like I said, we're still relatively new to TikTok. It's still building. It would build a lot quicker if they stopped banning us TikTok really had it in for us for quite some time. 18 points to 6 here. The Melbourne Storm lead. The kickoff taken by Munster, and he's got Lasati running with him. Driven back in the tackle. 10 meters out from their own line here. The Storm have this game back in control. Back in command. Shemin bans and filters a lot of comments too. Oh, well, there you go. See, at least it's not just us as the streamers who are on the receiving end of that. But yeah, we went on a big run over there on TikTok where every single stream was getting shadow banned for unoriginal content. And I'm just like, what? Unoriginal content? What? It's literally me on the camera live talking. I don't understand what's not original content about that. But anyway, let's not turn this into a... as Harry Grant now comes back out onto the sideline, the Melbourne Storm have survived this period of play well. I mean, very well. They scored a try. They've actually come away on top as Harry Grant still has a minute and a half left in the bin. Here's Kickow with a good, strong carry inside the 40. Quick play the ball. Galvin takes the line on. Tupanua on the crash ball in midfield. Fifth and last. 25 out. Galvin down the short side. Puts this kick in. Contestable ball. Coates versus Kiraz. Kiraz lets him take it and drives him back into the end goal. Goal line dropout incoming. Brilliant defense from Jacob Kiraz. I tell you what, Kiraz has been all over Xavier Coates tonight. Yeah, Shemin. We'll come back to this after the restart. There's Papenhuyzen. Let's see. Does he go short? No, he gives it off to Cameron Munster, I think it was there, who put the big boot in. And Kickow has it on the 40. Manuel Snow, ahoy, mate. Yeah, so every fortnight on Wednesday nights, my dad joins me and the old Panther and I, we do a preview of the week ahead. And I was talking about the Raiders, and I said, if the Raiders beat the Panthers, like fair and square with no controversy, and hang with the Panthers and beat them, they've made a believer out of me. So, all credit to the Raiders. They've made a believer out of me tonight. Their premiership credentials are genuine. They're the real deal this year. As Burton spills the ball again. And now tensions boil over. Kickout comes in. Drags Nick Meaney, or Grant Anderson that might be. Drags him by the collar. Matt Burton's frustrated with another knock on. And yeah, that's a fair call there. Burton bobbles the ball. And then he frustrated, he throws it at Grant Anderson, who gave him a little pat on the head and said, well done, mate. Another knock on. Oh, the Dogs are just shooting themselves in the foot here. Tom Star, ahoy, mate. Bloody Bulldogs need to drop Galvin for Sexton. Oh! Wait a minute. This is going to be a penalty against Melbourne for the pat on the head. Matt Burton's knocked the ball on. Grant Anderson's giving him a sarcastic pat on the head. Well done, mate. Burton's thrown the ball at him, and the penalty has gone against Grant Anderson for the pat on the head. Oh, you used to see that all the time back in the day. All the time. You would give the opposition heaps if they made a mistake. But now you get penalised for it. The game's gone soft, I tell you. The game's gone bloody soft. You get penalised for patting somebody on the head sarcastically after they make a mistake. The game's gone to hell. Tackle 3 here for the Bulldogs. Hayward fires it out left for Burton. Cut out pass for Kickow. Quick tap on for Montoya. 5 meters out from the line. Montoya plays it. 2 tackles left. Burton to Galvin. Here's Man in midfield. Steps off the right. But he's held up by Lasati. Big defense. Fifth and last for the Dogs. Left they go for Burton. Cut out pass for Sherry. Quick hands for Montoya. Spins back in field. Gives it off to Kickow. And Kickow gets tick number 3 off the multi. Oh, we're one away. Montoya back in field. And Viliami Kickow with tick number 3 off the multi. I now only need Marcelo Montoya for a big win. We are a Montoya away. I love it. And there's still plenty of time left as well. I'll see what... They always offer me terrible cash-out offers, by the way. Terrible cash-out offers I get. I get a really, really poor deal, normally. But yes, we're nearly there. Marcelo Montoya, the last tick needed. Three ticks in. Boy, what an important try there for the Bulldogs as well. Viliami Kickow lurking up in support in field. I put $10 on it for a $300 payout. Let's see what kind of cash out offer they give me. It's $3 at the moment, but it hasn't registered that Kickow leg. If they give me a decent cash out offer for once, I'll probably take it. Because I'm due for a win. $18 points to 10. Big conversion, this one. Stephen Crichton lining it up. 5 in from touch on this left side. Not the favoured side for a left-footed kicker. He moves in and, oh, it's a horror show. Horror show. It hasn't even made the goal line, the kick. It swung completely across the face of the posts, and it lands about 20 metres out from the goal line. Shocking conversion attempt. Tom Greer, ahoy, mates. Disappointed after that Penrith game. Ah, man, it was an exciting finish, though. It was an exciting game to call. One tick off now. We've got 3 legs of the same game multi. I just need now Marcelo Montoya, and they've offered me a cash out of $31. They're having a laugh, aren't they? They're having an absolute laugh. $10 stake, $300 potential winnings, 20 minutes left in the game, and they've offered me $31 cash out. They're taking the piss, surely. Honestly, I never get a decent cash out offer. Never. They hate me. They hate me so much. No, I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is. They know that I put bets on every game for the purpose of the stream anyway. I put bets on every game, so they're just like, he's coming back anyway. Yeah, they've even taken money off now. $28 it is now. Up over halfway. Kurt Mann with a good, strong carry. 5th and last. That's a decent set here for the Bulldogs. 20 minutes to go. 18-10. Galvin from 40 out puts it high. Kiraz flying through here. Pressure on Coates. Coates takes it, and Kiraz times it to perfection. 18 points to 10. Game on in this one. Unbelievable. $31 cash out they've offered me. I know it was only a $10 stake, but still, with 20 minutes to go, and I only need Montoya, you'd think it would be a little bit more than that. Big defense here from the Dogs. 20 meters out from their own line. Storm goes short side. Quick play the ball on the 5th and last. Pezet gets the kick away upfield, finds space, but it bounces up kindly for Tracy at the back. And Tracy winds up. The Bulldogs will be in fantastic field position again here. Montoya takes on Katoa. And the Bulldogs start the set on their own 40. Paul Bosky, ahoy there, mate. Welcome along. John Deans says Referees are effing everything up at the moment. Oh, yeah, for a long time, right, John? For a long time. 40 out from the line and charging onto the ball here is Kiraz. Fires the no-looker back in field for Hayward. Hayward keeps it alive for Double H. And Harry Hayes will play at 25 out here in midfield. 2 tackles left. Kurt Mann at first receiver. Gets it out the back now. Short ball for Preston from Galvin. 5 meters out, 5th and last. John Michael, ahoy, mate. In front of the post, Galvin, grubber kick in behind the line and scooped up by Papenhuyzen. Papenhuyzen's taken high, and that's a penalty to the Storm. $18 to 10, 18 minutes to go. And an insulting cash-out offer that I was given. 3 legs into the multi. $10 stake. $300 potential return, and they offered me $30. I mean, I know I only put $10 on it, but still. With 20 minutes to go, you'd be back in Montoya in at some point. Ahoy there, Storm will win this game. I'm sorry, it's so small, that text there. I can't see your username. Halia. Very small. I do apologize. Through the hands now, the Storm go to the right edge. Katoa puts a fend on. 1, 2, 3. Taken down 40 out from the line. What a run from Katoa. Meany shoots out a dummy half. Gives it back to Katoa. Flat-footed. Harry Grant in midfield. To Wishart. Inside ball for Papenhuyzen. Papenhuyzen almost opens them up. 30 meters out. Short side. Grant catches the markers napping. Joe Chan taken down. 5th and last. Wishart kicks down the short side. Dinks it in over the top for Coates. Bulldogs stand back and let Coates catch it. He pops it back in for Papenhuyzen. Ball's been knocked down by the Bulldogs and Munster takes it away. 6 more tackles. Here come the Storm now, looking to put this game potentially to bed as Hayward tries to wrestle the ball off Munster. And, it's now Munster versus Hayward. Penalty to Melbourne. Ill discipline creeping into the game here for the Bulldogs. Frustration and ill discipline. Penalty here to the Storm. They're going to keep the pressure on. They're going to take the shot at 2. Interesting call. They're ahead by 8. They're going to take the 2 points here, the Storm. That's a confusing call. They're already ahead by a converted try. This 2 points doesn't really offer them all that much, in my opinion. But anyway, they've elected to make them pay for their ill discipline here and take the 2 points. Bruzzy boy, you're the same. You only need Montoya and Melbourne to win, and you get $300. John Michael, another super chat. You, sir, are way too kind. That is your, second super chat of the night. Thank you so much, my friend. Let's go ahead and get that up on the screen. I haven't got that set up yet. I didn't get that set up in between games, but let's get it up and running now. As Nick Meany pops this one over. Thank you so much for another super chat, John Michael. What a legend, huh? What a legend. Another $14.99 Wasted Water Sports for life. Although, I very much appreciate the super chat, but I don't understand why there's a soccer ball there. But nonetheless, cheers, John. You legend. Reigning, defending, ongoing world champion of the chat room. It's going to be very tough for anybody to take over your crown. Raphael Kibblewhite, ahoy there, mate. Watching your live from your hospital bed. Oh, buddy. I hope that's nothing too serious over there, my friend. A salute to you in your hospital bed. Yeah, best wishes for a speedy recovery from whatever it is there, Raphael. 20 points to 10 as that penalty goal is successful. Melbourne back in possession. It was an interesting call with 13 minutes to go. Joe Chan taken down, fifth and last. Raphael says, thank you. Nothing your live can't fix. Oh, I appreciate that. I love to have the healing powers through social media. And glad to hear that it's nothing all that serious. If I can fix it just by being here on screen, it's obviously nothing serious. Gallbladder surgery in the morning. Well, Raphael, all the best, mate. Bulldogs back in possession here. Certainly doesn't sound fun at all. Nice ball. Opens them up. Here goes Harry Hayes up the middle. One to beat. He puts the gas on the outside of Papenhuyzen. Puts the fend, but Xavier Coates in over the top for a try-saving effort. Xavier Coates and Ryan Papenhuyzen have linked up here. We're going to look at the bunker. No try. The ball spills out the side. The Bulldogs have cocked up another one here by the looks of it. Xavier Coates gets that big mitt over the top and knocks the ball free. Hayes is short of the line. The ball spills out. Try saver from Xavier Coates. Oh, the Bulldogs twice. Tries have gone begging. $20 points to 10 it remains with 12.5 minutes to play. Kurt Mann with a nice short ball and Double H, Harry Hayes, through a huge gap. What a try saver, though, from Xavier Coates. And again, it's this corner's causing the Storm some problems. $20 points to 10, 12.5 to play. And Harry Hayes is off the field, getting looked at. Meany goes out the back from Munster. Big dummy to the left. Nobody falls for it. Munster takes the contact now, 40 out from his own line. Grant gives this one off and Tikamanu just short of halfway. Now Munster. Nice short ball there for Chan. Chan stands in the three-man tackle. Can't get the offload away. Fifth and last, back to Pezet for the kick. Pezet puts this one high, taken by Connor Tracy. We still just need Marcelo Montoya, anytime try scorer, to finally get a multi ticked off tonight. We were nowhere near the last one, and I got nowhere near last night as Galvin breaks away upfield. Galvin off the second phase ball, taken down by Joe Chan. 11 minutes to go. 20 points to 10. It was an interesting decision by the Storm to take that shot at 2. When they got the penalty, they were up by 8 already. I didn't really understand what value that extra 2 points gave them, but who knows? Who knows what could happen here? It could turn out to be an almighty decision. Down the short side and a nice wraparound now. Stephen Crichton straightens. Flick pass out the back to nobody, and it's over the sideline, but a penalty incoming. Taken off the ball. Lockie Galvin tackled off the ball. Penalty Bulldogs. Take the 2. Why not? And Raphael Kibblewhite, John Deans in the YouTube chat has said to you, my friend, hope you recover soon, brother. Mind over matter, and everyone here has your back. So there you go, Raphael Kibblewhite on the TikTok chat. Kind words directly to you from the YouTube chat. 30 out from the line. Here come the Bulldogs. Maxi King, 25 out in midfield. 10 minutes left to play. Man, out the back to Galvin. Kick out on the 45-degree angle back in field. 10 minutes left to play. Tackle 2. Galvin to Burton. Burton with the double pump to Preston. Preston taken down. 5 out from the line. Bobbles the ball. Does well to hold on. Marnie's on the field. It's loose out the back. Scooped up by Marnie. And that's tackle 4. 10 meters out. Crichton down the short side with the double pump and late pass. Tapped on by Tracy to Carraz. And Carraz gets the try. 20 points to 14. Kick to come. And we still have a game on our hands. 9.5 to go. Down the short side they went. Maxi King was in at dummy half. The double pump from Stephen Crichton drew in the defense. And Connor Tracy with the tap on to Kiraz. Here they come, the Bulldogs fighting back. Try confirmed. I should have had Kiraz instead of Montoya, damn it. But they're hanging in there. Still 10 minutes left to go. Game back on. They're within a converted try. And Raphael, some more kind words for you. Mr. Ed's dead. Says prayers for a healthy recovery. And Manuel Snow says, I hope your recovery goes well, brother. I understand the feeling in lockdown. I was in hospital. But yes, hope all goes well. So plenty of people here for you, Raphael. Jacob Kiraz scores 2014. Kick to come from out wide. Stephen Crichton from the sideline hits the upright. It bounces back in field. And it remains 20 points to 14. But still, the Bulldogs, we could not possibly get through another golden point, could we? We could not possibly be looking at another golden point game. Big miss, that one from Stephen Crichton. Yeah, I've got to say, I might be a little bit biased, but I feel like we have got such a great community here. Like, you should all give yourselves a round of applause. You all rock. YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Facebook. I think we've got a fantastic group of human beings here hanging out each and every weekend. Bulldogs now from the kickoff. 20 points to 14, 7.5 minutes to go. A converted try sends us to golden point. Man in midfield. On to Burton. Here's kick out with the late pass to Sherry. Sherry steps back in field. Taken down on his own 40. 2 tackles left. It's a loose pass into midfield and it's been lost. No call from the referee. 5th and last for the Bulldogs. Burton from inside the 40. Sends it in behind and it's been allowed to bounce. It's a 40-20 from Matt Burton. Matt Burton, was he inside the 40? Yes. No, he wasn't. Oh, the referee has said no. Matt Burton was just outside the 40. Oh, he's inside the 40 by a mile. The Bulldogs have been dudded here. If they don't give this a 40-20, they've been dudded. They've got the ball. Here come the Dogs. Oh, boy. I thought they weren't going to give it to them. The on-field referee said that he was outside. They've looked at it, and he was well inside. Here come the Dogs. 40-20. Galvin in midfield. Oh, AJMK, thank you very much for subscribing with Prime on Twitch. Burton to Kickow. Kickow bobbles the ball and spills it. Big mistake from Viliami Kickow. Melbourne back in possession and a penalty. They're offside. 5 minutes 40 to go. Oh, Viliami kick out, big dropped ball. But yes, AJMK 2025, our first ever subscriber on Twitch. Thank you so much, AJMK. Subscribing with Twitch Prime. Very much appreciate that, mate. And Raphael Kibblewhite has said, please let the YouTube fans know I really appreciate their love and support. So there you go. Our two platforms communicating with each other through me. Feeling the love, feeling the love. And 40 minutes out from their own line here, the Storm. 5 minutes left to play. A converted try sends us to Golden Point. Josh King goes down the short side. They're 40 out from the Bulldogs line now on this left edge. Big open side to the right. Munster goes it inside and he's swamped by Kurt Mann and Viliami Kikau. For the Bulldogs, they'll look back on that first half. If they run out of time here as Pezet gets the kick away, chasing through and taken at the back by the Bulldogs. Now, if the Bulldogs run out of time here, it'll be that first half. They just took too long to get into the game and get moving. Richard Trainer, update on your weight loss. You're at 82 kilos during your work injury. At your heaviest, you got to 135, almost 4 to 5 years, long-ass years, trial and error on all parts of dieting and exercise. As haircut, great news there, Richard Trainer. Well done, mate. Fantastic stuff. As Stephen Crichton plays it just short of halfway. 2 tackles left. Here's Galvin in midfield. 3 minutes 40 to go. 5th and last. Marnie to Burton on the left. Burton puts a big swirling bomb up. Papenhuyzen lets it bounce. And it bounces over the dead ball line for a 7-tackle set. Unlucky there from Burton. He was trying to put the pressure on and force the mistake. Papenhuyzen was having none of it. The big swirling bomb. Papenhuyzen gets a kind bounce. And Melbourne get a 7-tackle set with 3 minutes to go. We are going to fall short by Marcelo Montoya by the looks of it. Pezet looking for options to run onto. Here's Papenhuyzen. Papenhuyzen just short of halfway. Halfway through the set now, the Storm. 2.5 minutes to go. 40 meters out, slow play the ball. Grant goes from dummy half. Takes on Kurt Mann. Mann brings him down. SWZZMZ, ahoy mates. Ford Rawiri, ahoy mate. Good footy. 5th and last now. 25 out. They're going for a drop goal here. Back to Papenhuyzen from 30 out. Pushes it horribly out to the right. And it's a 7-tackle set for the Bulldogs. Again, interesting play. Interesting choice there to go for the drop goal. Now, obviously, it would have sealed the deal. But they've given away a 7-tackle set now. The Bulldogs, with 2 minutes to play, need a converted try to send us into Golden Point. Could we possibly go through another Golden Point game? Could we survive? I kind of want to see it. Burton dummies and almost slips through. Taken down on halfway. Tackle 2. Salmon M in midfield. Carries it inside the 40. They're in great field position now, the Bulldogs, halfway through the set. Galvin down the short side. Flat pass for Preston. Preston held up 25 meters out. They're lined up out to the left. 1.5 minutes to go. 2 tackles here for the Bulldogs. Salmon to Burton. Numbers to the left. Kick out. Dummies. Beats the first tackle. Meany brings him down 10 meters out. 5th and last. Burton puts it high. Crossfield kick. It's too deep. Looking for Stephen Crichton. It's loose out the back. Stephen Crichton's planted it down. It's going to go up as no try, and they're going to have a look. But we could very well have Golden Point coming up here. The kick's gone through. Stephen Crichton bobbles it, but has he regathered it? It's Crichton versus Munster. Crichton versus Munster. Stephen Crichton bobbles the ball. It spills out, and he's reached out and planted it down. He's got downward pressure on that before it hits the ground, but he hasn't regathered it. This is going to remain no try. Stephen Crichton has clearly got downward pressure on that, but he has to regather the ball. He actually has to physically regather the ball. That is the explanation here. He lost the ball forward. He did get hands on it and ground it before it hit the ground. But since he bobbled it forward, he actually has to physically regather and control the ball. That's the explanation around that call. Melbourne survive. A minute to go. They get the tap from their own 20-meter line. They can just wind down the clock here, and the Bulldogs might get one or two more tackles. You know, back in the day, that would have been a try. But the rule now dictates you have to regather possession, which Stephen Crichton clearly didn't do on that occasion. Big defense here from Sam and Reed Marnie. 28 seconds left. Munster up to halfway. Surrenders in the tackle. 2 tackles left. Bulldogs might get 1 tackle if they're very, very lucky. 5th and last. This is it. Pezet puts it into touch. The Bulldogs will get 1 play the ball and 1 shot from their own 40-meter line. 1 second left on the clock. This is it, the final play. Burton skies it. Papenhuyzen backs up. Pappy's under it. Lets it bounce. It could go anywhere. Melbourne have it. And that's the game. Melbourne have won. Secured their position in the top 2 with the Canberra Raiders. Well, we've answered some questions tonight, but we still have so many more. There is very little between these teams. Very little. Raiders, Storm, Bulldogs, Panthers. Very little between any of them. This was a night where both games could have easily gone either way. The Storm have done just enough here to hold on. Oh, boy. What a night. I mean, it was finals footy come early. And both games lived up to expectations. The Bulldogs perhaps a little bit flat in that first half. They'll be thinking, what if? What if? They were just a little too slow to get into the contest, weren't they? And the Panthers-Raiders game, well, the Panthers had that game firmly in control. And the reigning premiers threw it away, taking nothing away from the Raiders, who hung in, dug deep. They could easily have folded, but they hung in and kept the fight up to the very end. But there's nothing in between these teams, really. You wouldn't be surprised or upset if these are the 4 teams competing in the preliminary finals, right? It'd be Storm versus, probably Storm versus Panthers, Bulldogs versus Raiders, perhaps. Depending how the cookie crumbles. Game of Mel. Catch you later. Oh, that must have been a little bit stressful for you at the end there, Game of Mel. What a night of footy. Raphael Kibblewhite says, yes, making it difficult for the Warriors now, making it scary for the Warriors. Difficult is my choice of words. Yeah, the Warriors are Hmm. It'll be tough, I think. It'll be tough for the Warriors for the rest of the season, but we'll see how they go. Oh, boy. What a couple of games that we've had. Amazing. Amazing. You know, tonight was built up as the finals come early because all four teams were competing for the top four. It truly lived up to expectation. Truly lived up to expectation here tonight. We've seen two very, very solid games of footy by teams that are definitely going to feature deep into the back end of the season, of which we're only really a few weeks away. So, I mean, well, we're two regulation rounds away. Round 25. So there's two regulation rounds to go. Oh boy, it's going to be a close old in the season, and even the top eight. The top eight's not sorted. The Dolphins are still just clinging on. Roosters, Broncos. Oh man. What a night. Oh, thank you so much, West of Water Sports crew. I'm starting to lose my voice. I've also got an Intoxigamer stream to sort out and get myself ready for. For those who don't know, I've restarted my gaming channel, Intoxigamer, on YouTube and on Twitch. On Twitch, it's Intoxigamer AU. So if you would like to continue hanging out with me tonight, I'll be heading over there to set up some form of gaming stream. So, yeah, I mean, Raphael, if you've got YouTube, because I understand you're on TikTok, but yeah, if you'd like to continue hanging out with me there from your hospital bed tonight on YouTube, Intoxigamer. That's INTOXI Gamer, Intoxigamer. And yeah, I'm about to give me about half hour. I'm going to set something up over there and continue streaming. So plenty of action still to come here on the Wasted Water Sports, though, over the course of the weekend. Of course, tomorrow night, we've got the Rugby Championships continuing. And Monday morning, we've got AEW Forbidden Door at 3 a.m. So that's going to be exciting. But yeah, I'm not sure. We'll play it by ear for the rest of the round as far as the NRL goes, because we've got lots of other commitments. Maybe Michelle would like to jump on and do a game herself at some point. I might jump on for the Titans Warriors tomorrow. But yeah, pretty much committed to Rugby Championships and the wrestling for the rest of the weekend. But that's because they loaded us up here on Friday night and it delivered the goods. We saw two high-quality games. Thank you so much, Wasted Water Sports crew. You honestly are a fantastic community. Like, no offense at all intended to my old gaming channel that I've now restarted. But, yeah, this Wasted World of Sports community across all the platforms, absolute bunch of legends. Bunch of legends. What's my gaming channel again? Okay, let me share it in the chat. That might be easier. Grab the link and post it in the chat. Stormfly and Astrid, you're going for the Warriors tomorrow. Yeah, look, I think that they will win. I think they should win. But they seem to have this way, the Warriors seem to have this way of struggling with the Titans. Yeah, the Titans sometimes get the better of them. All right, so in the YouTube chat, I'm going to post a direct link for those who might like to come and hang out. It's going to take me about half an hour to set up. Yeah, it'll take me about half hour to set up, but I'll be going live again soon over on my gaming channel. If you'd like to continue hanging out, do feel free to come and hang out over there. Outside of that, thank you so much, you bunch of legends. I will catch you guys next time here on the Waste of World of Sports. Thanks so much for your company on this occasion. Appreciate it. As always, this season is heating up. Rugby championships coming up later on. But yes, I'm going to jump over to my gaming channel now. I'll catch you guys later. Cheers. Very much appreciated.
Where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts.
Yeah, I'm still here. 2 seconds. I'm about to go. I've just got to find the right thing to click on. And then I'll be off. Where is it, for crying out loud? It's never this hard to find. Okay, there we go. Cheers, everyone.
Wasted world of sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
A good time. We break down the place, but it's all in jest. With the laugh and the cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques. Just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll wait a roll. From sideline jokes to post-match tales. And their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join us, sporty crew. Where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer.